Welcome to F12 MJD again. Dear friends of malaccajohorediocese, welcome the new year 2025 with hope. Face the future with patience. New levels of sensitivity. The media terms it as new levels of hypersensitivity. In a nation that prides itself as a melting pot of diversity and unity, a Chinese flag on a rocket replica at a carnival caused an uproar. But there was no outcry when Palestinian or Syrian or Indonesian or others were paraded in Kuala Lumpur. Foreign flags are treated as threats to national dignity. Is it an overreaction or an orchestrated distraction? Christmas awakes reactions. Prohibitions on Muslims wearing red clothing, singing carols, and wishing each other even a Merry Christmas. Lately, dog lovers, caring and treating them as God's creation, were victims of cyberbullying. A PM whose popularity rose to 54%, says Merdeka Center, but reacts to public comments and feedback on his apparent compromises. Strangely, the powerful are hypersensitive, forgetting that the masses are sensitive to betrayal by the elected, poor governance, double standards, and the spiraling cost of living. Be sensitive of the plight of the poor, the suffering, the jobless and homeless, and the children and their future. Be sensitive to what we teach and practice, or we will see a culture of monkey see, monkey do generation. Miraculous times. The Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni said that taken a little civil miracle to get project sites artworks finished, restore the monuments like the Piazza and Bernini's works, clean up the Trevi fountain, and redesign roads for improved traffic. For the discouraged and broken world to continue breathing and hold fast, we do not need little civil miracles. The world needs a big, life-changing miracle. Hope. Hope is not wishful thinking. Hope does not disappoint because it is fired up by a God-given word, His promises and faithfulness, and through encounters with encouraging and compassionate Samaritans, and being renewed by the Holy Spirit who fans into a flame the grace we once received. It is a miraculous time as it unites the four corners of the world in celebration, in theme, in purpose, and in mission. It is beyond the external preparations. It is a special year for bringing our 5 loaves and 2 fishes to God to work miracles. Miracles do happen when humans let God in and participate in works of charity, mercy, or penance, make sacrifices for others' good. A pilgrim of hope is a miracle others see. A thought for the week. Sacred apples. There was once a happy monkey wandering the jungle, eating delicious fruits when hungry and resting when tired. One day, he came upon a house where he saw a bowl of the most beautiful apples. He took one in each hand and ran back into the forest. He sniffed the apples and smelled nothing, tried to eat them, but hurt his teeth. The apples were made of wood, but they were beautiful. When the other monkey saw them, he held on to them even tighter. He admired them. He got very attached to them. He failed to even notice his hunger. He wouldn't set it down, nor relax even when he came across the familiar fruit trees. He grew tired, hungry, weak, and the wooden apples became heavier. An unhappy monkey walked the forest trails. Lesson from the unhappy monkey. He had only to let go the apples for the real fruits. Like the monkey, we hold fast to what appears to be the valuable. It can be a particular self-image or a work that has become our sacred apples, and they drain us and is making us unhappy. If you are hungering for a better life, why cling to your unproductive pursuit? Announcements for the week. The Catholic Bishops' Conference of Malaysia, Singapore, Brunei meets at MJD from the 6th to the 10th of January 2025, together with the heads of religious congregations. 2. The newly completed Church of St. Teresa Masai will be consecrated and open on the 11th of January 2025 at 9 a.m. Q asks, God is here, yet why is it people look for God in the distance? Authentic Christianity overcame God is elsewhere idea in at least two major foundational ways. One, the incarnation, God in Jesus became flesh. God visibly moved in with the material world to help us overcome the illusion of separation. Secondly, God as Holy Spirit is precisely known as an indwelling and vitalizing presence. By itself, intellectual assent to these two truths does little. The incarnation and the indwelling spirit are known only through participation and practice, as we actively draw upon such infinite sources. Think of it as use it or lose it situation. See the Holy Spirit at work. The work of the Spirit is to impart life, to implant hope, to give liberty, to testify of Christ, to guide us into all truth, to teach us all things, to comfort the believer, and to convict the world of sin. Something to tickle you. What if, instead of doing something, we were to be something special? Be womb, be dwelling for God, be recollected, and be surprised.